All right, here you go. 13.6%, using proportions to deal with percents. Percent means out of 100. So 100 out of 100 is just 1, and 1 is 100%. 32 out of 100 would be 32%. Like 7 out of 100 would be 7%. Anyway, so number 3, to write 85% on our number line, I did it, by tens, and so it'd be halfway between 80 and 90 would be 85%. Number 6, that's a 10 by 10 grid, which this is, so that's 20%. That's 2 tenths, which is 20%. Number 9, a fourth is a quarter, 25%. Remember, when you change a decimal to a percent, you move it over 2. Which is this closest to? This is like 30-something percent, so 33%. So again, up here, 71 or 71 hundredths, just move it 2. 2 tenths, you move it 2. How do you change a decimal to percent? You move it 2. Here they say just multiply by 100, that's why you move it 2. Think of it out of 100. This is 71 hundredths, this is 2 tenths or 20 hundredths. Remember, percent means out of 100, all right? How do you change a percent to a decimal? You move it 2 the other way. Oh, I should have done my little chart there. And remember, fraction, decimal, percent. Here, let's just flip your paper over. Say you have 1/2. That's 0.5. And you move it over 2. That's 50%. So you move it 2 this way. When you're changing decimal to a percent, you move it 2 this way. When you're changing a percent to a decimal. Actually, I should have just put the 2 in the middle there. Anyways, that's a nice easy one to remember. What if you had 3 tenths? Well, that would be 3 tenths, which would be 30%. What if you had 11 hundredths? Or how about 7 hundredths? What if you had 7 hundredths? Well, that's 7 hundredths, which is 7%. What if you had 1 and a fifth? Mixed number. 1 and 1/5. Well, that's 1.2. So that's 120%. Anything more than 1 is going to be more than 100%. Here, let's go. What if you had 0.003? Well, you move it 2. That would be 0.3%, which is, this is 3 thousandths. Just read it. If you can read it, you can write it. This is 7 hundredths, this is 3 tenths. This is 1 and 2 tenths, which reduces to 1 1/5. If you can read it, you can write it. Otherwise, you're moving it 2 or moving it 2. How about a tough one here? What if you had 1.7%? 1.7%. Move it 2. 0.17. So that's 17 thousandths. Anyways, percents to decimals, to changing fractions, percents to decimals. I just want to kind of go over that real fast. So where are we at here? Number 18. 2% is 2 out of 100. 23% is 23 out of 100. Number 24 15% is 15 out of 100. I can divide both those by 5. That's 3/20. And then 3/8, I just have that memorized. Here, I'll show you the thinking behind that. I don't like doing the long division. 2/8 is 1/4, which is 0.25. Half of 2/8 is 1/8. Half of 250 is 125, and you just add those up. So 0.375. Rounding it to the nearest hundredths, you get 38%. I forgot number 15 here. Making a representation, so I just went a 10 by 10, and so it's 9 out of 10, that's 90%. This is, make them the decimal, like this is, if this has 2 numbers in it, 300ths, then make 2 numbers, this is 30 hundredths, and it's really easy to tell. 30 cents is more than 3 cents. Number 33, this is 0.666 repeating, and this is, if this has 2 numbers, you can tell 85 cents is more than 66. Number 36, 25% is a quarter. And 39, if 65% are dogs and 35% are not dogs. And then if it's 20, if you made 24 out of 25, well, how much out of 100? That's times 4 times 4, so that's 96 out of 100, so that's 96% were correct. And then I just want to show you, like, say you did, a lot of times they do it the other way, where they give you the numbers, how many people chose or whatever. Maybe you can go either way, but you can list off your things, and then here's my percents, which add up to a total of 100. And say there were 400 people surveyed. Well, how did I get there? I multiply by 4, so just multiply those by 4. And if you were going the other way and you're trying to find the percents, then you would just divide by 4 to get your percents. But that's how you can make a table, and they have to add up to 100. Anyways, and that's why when you do a survey, you try and like do 50 or 100. Well, if you do 100, then it's pretty easy to do 100%, but do something that you could get to 100 pretty easy. Like survey, if you did 25 people, you just multiply by 4s to get to 100, get to percents. So, anyways, hope that went well for you. Love you.